King. Sir King. Sir King.
Canvas.
Sir King. Sir King.
Canvas.
Sir King. Sir King.
All right, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Hold on one second. Okay, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, y'all. There's a lot going on. Excuse me one second. Damn it. There's a lot going on. So, how I want to start this broadcast with? So let's talk about the situation that I told you about regarding my lady friend. And I just want to say I do appreciate y'all suggestions or comments when I made that community post. Um, what's up, Redbird? With your red self? How you doing? What's up, Black Pearl? Good to see you. What's up, Black Strawberry Apple? I appreciate your membership. Thank you so much. What's up, Rayleigh Rayo? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, Brixton Babe? Brixton, I was about to do a goal, but that's a little bit too interruptive at this time. So I'm going to do it. But I'm just letting you know I'm keeping your suggestion in my mental. But I hope you're doing well. Hoping life is good to you. All right, so Black Pearl says, "Well, oh yeah, did you help her move?" So yeah, so I'm gonna get to that right now. So I was thinking about that, and so for once again, thank y'all for y'all comments and suggestions on the community board. I appreciate that. No, and God has a way of showing you things. Okay, so no, I didn't do it, and then ironically, 2 days later, another friend asked me to help them with stuff, right? And I think what God was doing was he was like, I'm trying to show you the imbalance of the situation. And that friend asked me to help them set up with a TV, right? And that's no problem. Boom, boom. What is it possible? All that. That's kind of the clarification that I needed. Was like, yo, with this lady friend, she trying to put me and make me move a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty much, and the crazy part about it is it's gonna be primarily me. It's not gonna be a team effort. And mind you, I already told you I drove 3 hours already for her. Now mind you, when I say drive 3 hours, I drive 3 hours and back, which really was a 5 hour obligation. Okay. Then she tried to do it to me again. And I'm like, whoa. And now she's trying to do it to me. Like that's not like the extent of our relationship or our friendship, I would say. Well, on the other hand, if you need me for something like a TV and you need help getting it, moving it, putting on whatever, that's fine. I don't mind doing that. And that's why I had to see the extremes. Like, yo, don't put something very arduous on me and then like have me wiped out and like, you know what I mean? It's just and then yeah, it's so yeah, so I didn't do it. I did it. I didn't do it. I put it on that I wasn't feeling well, but not like that, but to a more and it was true. I wasn't 100%, but I just had to feel like when I saw that stuff, I'm like, bro, this is gonna be an all day affair. You know, I don't know. And then part of my heart is still tugging at the fact that I may follow up. I may follow up to see if she needs anything else, but at least part of the process y'all gotta understand. This lady got like wooden oak furniture that's heavy as hell. Who gonna be moving that? Then she's got parts of her bed and her arm, things that are just heavy that she can't live. So what that gonna mean that I'm gonna have to live? You know. So I'm like looking at that. It's a lot of things like you can hurt yourself trying to help other people. You could stuff can hit, stub my toe, fall on my toe, pull my back. No, I was like no. And then like I said, God had to show me two extremes. This isn't like someone asking you to help with a TV or something like that. No, it's something way more uh, heavier. So that's pretty much the conclusion of that. And like I said, I may follow up with her tomorrow, but we'll see. What's up, the Tats? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. What you was gonna ask? Oh, you were asking about that, Brixton, baby. Yeah, so that's the conclusion of that situation. I know it's gonna cause strife maybe in the future regarding my interaction with her. It's weird how people try to set things up. Like, yeah, it's weird how child, I wish ah, yeah, man. I want to tell y'all something like, yeah. I want to tell y'all something like, yeah. I'll say that for another day. I'll say that for another day. All right, so let's get into that. Let's talk about the real world knows. Listen, did they try to get Rump? Now you know Rump was over there in Saudi Arabia or the Middle East, and he was meeting with the Prince of Saudi Arabia, and they were sitting together announcing these great deals. And I would show the footage, but I don't want to show the footage because these y'all people play too many games on here, especially the major networks. You do a whole hour, 2 hour broadcast, and you show a 15-second clip. They want to take the whole credit for your whole broadcast. I'm like, nah, I'll pass. So, what happened is Trump was over there doing Saudi deals with Saudi Arabia. Now, listen, y'all, this thing is very, very interesting because they want to get Qatar wants to give this man a $400 million jet. Now, mind you, this jet is 13 years old. They want to give this man a $400 million jet, 13 years old, that's currently in the United States. Everybody's like, no, 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 don't do it. That's a national security risk. That's a national. But he wants this jet, and like I told you before, once he leaves the White House, it's still going to remain in his possession. Like it's not going to be part. It's not. He wants to have it as he wants to turn it into Air Force One, the new Air Force One. But everybody's like, no, don't do that. You don't know some national security is concerned. You don't know what bugs are on there. And we're not talking like rodent bugs like Lady Sparkle House, but they're like actual bugs that can pick up what you're saying and stuff like that. But he's adamant about this $400 million gift, which is a jet. So if you saw it, they were sitting out in the public, showing that they're making deals. Now listen, this is the interesting thing. Trump, because we weren't doing, I guess a lot of American businesses were prevented from maybe for doing a lot of business with companies or countries in the Middle East. But now he's opened the door, and a lot of companies are going to benefit from that. I feel, in all honesty, like I got to give credit where credit is due. Where Trump is doing his negotiation thing and opening and trying to make these companies put them in a position to make more money. Because if you saw the clips, a lot of these CEOs were over there with him. But the other thing you got to think about is he's selling us out. Like I feel honestly, he might be selling us out. I don't know. But this is the thing. At one point in the meeting that they're having, the print. Okay, so the assistants, the assistants, the Middle Eastern assistants, run up to both of the presidents or the prince, right? And it's odd because they come to the prince with what they call it, a pitcher of whatever their water and a cup, right? And they pour his water in it. And they come to Trump with already a cup and whatever liquids in it already. And like Trump didn't drink it. And everybody's like, ooh, ooh. So everybody's like, did they try to get Trump over there in the Middle East, make him drink something to have him, woozy? So that was very interesting. If y'all check out that clip, that was very interesting. And then what Trump did was he kind of, played it off a little bit. And I think even the prince was trying to see if he was drinking. I'm like, y'all so ratchet, like y'all so. Oof. So, but Trump didn't drink it. He said it, clandestinely, slyly to the table that was behind them, and that was that. I'm like, ooh, Trump, ooh, you got. Child. I was like, ooh, it's all a game. So definitely check out that. Yeah, trust nobody, trust no one. Even if you're doing $1 billion deals, even if they're smiling in your face, because it looked like they was trying to get him, like they were trying to put something in him or something, and they could put something in you that won't have an effect for 2 weeks. So I'm like, ooh, baby, honey, they trying to get the president. That's what it looked like. Because why not think about it? Why not have the picture and the fluid or whatever, the liquid that was in it that you gave to the prince come from the same picture? Like you go to the prince and then you go to the president. Why you gonna already give the president already something in a separate cup? That that don't look right. Now all the gangster movies we seen, we know, and we ain't part of no, clandestine secret operative. You know what I mean? That don't even look right. So yeah, that was crazy. What's up, D with D? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here in this crazy hour. Oh, let me put my cash app up because this is the art of begging. What else I want to talk about? Um, I still believe there's gonna be a recession. I still gonna believe it, but I don't. Everything's been going up because Trump been doing all these deals. But what I'm gonna tell you is, once all this dust settles, we still got the same problems we were having before. But inflation, unemployment rate, and then we also still got the 10% tariff that he still wants. That wasn't there before, and we still had those problems before that. Oh, let's talk about the whole. I'm trying to remember the stuff that I saw in the news. Let's talk about the whole Diddy situation, real quick. Um, there's a okay, so there's a song that Diddy made. I forgot what it's his album, Last Trip to Paris or something like that. And in one of the songs, he says, "Mama, I told you I was gonna be somebody." Mm. And when I heard that part in that song, I'm like, "Damn, wow!" You know, Mama, did you want? Yeah, he's somebody. Did you want him to be this body? You know, I'm hearing the details of the case, and I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, I'm not putting the. Please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to victim shame. I'm not trying to give nobody a pass. But Cassie, he must have had a lot of control over you, a lot of control over you, and he did. I mean, her record career was in his hands and all that. But I think what Diddy liked was being able to control a beautiful woman like that, and maybe her be subservient. And I'm sure she fought back at times. But we heard that story where because I'm gonna say something. I was listening to the Hood Table. I gotta give him because I'm like, this ain't live, right? This ain't case ain't live. So I went over to listen to the Hood Table, and I got some of the details. And he said when she tried to get away, he went over to her house and raped her. And then a couple months later, they were intimate again. Like I'm like, I'm like, okay. I just like when somebody rapes somebody, that's some weird shit because you gotta be like excited to even have that happen. Read between what I'm saying. You gotta even be excited to even have that happen. So that means you excited to the point to cause yourself to climax to a moment of violence. That ain't no. That's just weird within itself. But anyway, the whole Diddy situation is I don't know. Like I said, I'm cautious on my words. It's it's still like not saying I just think maybe she was subservient or submissive and some of that shit. That's all I'm saying. Not saying she enjoyed it, not saying she liked it, but damn. Some people get brainwashed into thinking that that's what they have to do. And then he probably came back and made it, got her. I'm just saying, I'm saying, probably speculatively, got her a Rolls Royce and all this other stuff to make up for what he did to her. But nonetheless, she had enough. It was traumatic. It was terrible. I'm not gonna talk about all that stuff, that freak stuff that they were doing with the urinating in the mouth and all that. I mean, sure. Yeah. Um, what I am gonna say, they say that Diddy gonna get pardoned by Rump. I think he may after stuff dies down. You know, if stuff gets back to Rump that Diddy is really suffering in the jail system, don't be surprised if that happens. I wouldn't put it past Rump, you know, because he did pardon Kodak Black. Not saying that Kodak Black did anything comparable to this, but Rump, he may have some compassion for Diddy. You know what I mean? And then also it'll be interesting. I'm not cheering for anyone's demise, but it should be interesting to see who else, what other celebrities like DJ Khaled. Is your ass in these papers? Another one, another one. We the best. We the best. What you gonna be the best accomplice? Because when Diddy was riding high and high, you were right with him. So DJ Khaled, are you gonna be? I'm interested to see if DJ Khaled gonna be in this mess. Who other careers are gonna be screwed up in this mess when it comes to like, because it's a lot they're gonna be told, you know. So, woo child, that's all I can say, And this is another thing: parents, be careful of what you want your kids to be, because you never know what goes on in the industry where you pushing them and thinking them that and then they wind up being messed up, and you wish you never pushed them there. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about that. Bristol Bay said he's very freaky and very violent. Well, he had power. Bristol, I was listening years ago about, well, maybe a year ago when he was first coming up. There was a party he was having. Oh, he was a promoter, and they had this promoter at this gym, and they locked one of the exits, and somehow it was either a fire or a stampede, and people died in that. And at the time, they said Puffy was very suicidal, and stuff like that because of what occurred. And he went to Spelman, some college that was you know HBCU, I believe, and all that. So at that time, I think that might have been before. No, that might have been around the time he got there. But he still went through a lot. But I still think when he hooked up with Clyde Davis, that made he showed him some things. So DVD says he hired people to hurt people, so I'm sure she was really scared to leave. Plus, he had gotten her used to a certain lifestyle that she couldn't afford. Very true, DVD. That's very true. Once you give people, you know, things that they can't afford on their own, they didn't have a tendency to stay. That's why we see people stay in abusive relationships now. If your husband, an executive at we saw it all the time in the Tyler Perry movies, right? That once it was, I don't know, I forget, but it was that beautiful mansion, and he had all this, and one time the man got disabled. That's when she got her revenge. That was a good movie. See, Tyler Perry, he had some talent back in the day. Let me see. What else y'all say? Little Fizzle. It was City College in NYC. Okay, thank you. But did he go to Howard or something like that, Little Fizzle? Oh, you talking about, I don't know. Are you talking about where he went, or did you talk about where the party was? Yeah, it was definitely in NYC, and the people passed died in the stampede. Brisbane said, I still F for pity. I mean, sorry, pity. Yeah, you going to have his pity in a minute. Cassie, okay, thank you, Little Fizzle. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's why they had the stampede at. And one of his bodyguards or something was telling like how he was really distraught and all this stuff. So, but I think since that time on now, he probably lost his soul. I'm still F with Diddy. Cassie isn't as innocent as she's being portrayed. The casting couch has evolved. You know, Brixton, babe, I have to be careful as a man. Saying said points that are consistent with what you just stated, and I believe so too. Because I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to victim shame. What Diddy did was wrong, but uh, I know women, and women only gonna take so much and stand for so much, and they definitely gonna be repulsed when certain things are. The women are very prideful, and unless they are what they call that groomed from a very young age to be a certain way, then they're not going to accept that. Now, there's a casual process of getting them acclimated to that, but that person might have had those tendencies prior. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I'll be careful with my words. I gotta be careful with my words. The test is he's a horrible person. Brixton said, I know, do I said it. Well, I appreciate your transparency in that. They're gonna call you male identified, Brixton. All right. So what else I want to say about that? Stay tuned. We shall see. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then I told you about the whole pardon situation, which is a strong possibility, but I think he won't that will only happen after the end of Trump's presidency. So yeah, so that's it. Other than that, that's it I got for regarding the real world news. Okay. So we're going to go out to get into the news that you absolutely cannot use. Please, if you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. Please, it is tremendously beneficial if you do so. Um, I'm going to take a brief intermission and I'll be right back. All right. Here we go. We're going to take a brief intermission and I'll be right back.
Get everybody out my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Nigga, quick cut. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Oh, hell no. Nigga, quick cut. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about it real quick, y'all. Let's talk about it because I know, I got a lot to say. Like I'm very reserved in what I say. You know what I mean? Because I know my words can sting to some degree, um, and I don't like to knock people when they're down. But sometimes when you give motherfuckers that consideration, they don't take into account that consideration, right? They either thought that you forgot or you don't have the capability to even think on that wavelength to to be considerate during that moment of strife. But right now, I don't give a damn. So let's talk about the whole Rick Reed situation. Rick Reed page, I guess, got taken, right? So, but let's look into that. Rick Reed probably knew his page was gonna get taken. Why? Because he went up and started a backup page that he didn't have before. So he probably was on his second strike and knew that his third strike. I think he probably did say that oh, he on his last leg or something. And that's why he started his second backup page. I mean, or his backup page, right? But see, he invited that situation into his life, right? Because YouTube getting more strict about certain things. I told you, like this YouTube journey I see so much. YouTube used to be stupid. You would be like, you would put something in your title like "stop it" and they'll strike you for harassment. Like it was stupid. Like they kind of didn't know how to navigate that fine line between titling and bullying and harassment, right? So then they came back and then they were letting other stuff kind of go. But now I think they kind of like They tightened up stuff, definitely dealing with the harassment and the doxing and stuff because they're being held liable for that stuff, especially stuff that ensues in the real world. But where Rick Reed messed up was, what I felt, was when he put that short of Heidi and her child on there, and he was up there making fun of him. All right, sorry, y'all. They want to do internet maintenance while I'm on live, so woof, Lord have mercy. All right, so excuse me, is that you gotta be careful when you talk about children and stuff like that, because they'll definitely come after your page and things like that. So that's what I feel. That's what happened. Like I said, hold on. No, I ain't going for no damn smoke. You look Brixton. Ah! No, hold on, child. We'll get to that in a minute. Let me see what y'all said. Internet maintenance. What you say? He been had that page for years. I think he already had 2K subs or whatever. Before. Then why he acting like it's brand new? He no, he didn't. No, Brixton. He didn't. Yeah, he did that. No, he put up a short, and it was a short of Heidi and her son. Now they had made fun of Heidi's son young when he was younger, couldn't open up a plastic bag. Then there's I guess a new video of him trying to put. Now he opened up the plastic bag. It was just when you have a Ziploc bag, it's meant to stay closed, so it's going to be harder to open than normal. So he just had a couple seconds where he had to open it because that Ziploc stuff is kind of tight. So he put up a short of Heidi and her son, and you know he was there trying to open up the plastic bag. It took him a minute, but he put retard in text on the video, like something retard. So I said like retard still can't open the bag. So I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, you keep playing that way you want to play, and then because I was really surprised that when Rick Reed came out with QB years ago with that dead Igor mattress stuff, and he actually had a mattress, you know, resembling such like that. YouTube didn't like step in and do that there. Not saying I'm advocating it, but it'd be like sometimes you like YouTube, you want to do the pettiest stuff, but then when it's something like transparent, obvious, y'all don't do nothing. So yeah, so when he did that, I just said it was only a matter of time because somebody could have, Heidi could have definitely reached off the platform and had a legal case and sent it to YouTube for them to act accordingly. So, but when you do that stuff, it's crazy because you think the more you get away with it, the easier it's going to continue to be for you to get away with it. But that's the opposite. It just builds a case against yourself. So yeah. Let me see. Stephen D says he definitely groomed her. If not mistaken, that was a teenager when he started messing around with her. Okay, well, yeah. She's talking about the Diddy situation. So, Summer Breeze, Sir King, get over it. You made your way into the B sector by using VS name. You pretended to be that other man. Bob brought him on her panel, and it's. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, girl? I pretended to be somebody and find. What are you talking about? I ain't pretending to be nobody. What are you talking about? I made my name. VS didn't make me. How, y'all so weird. Like y'all logic is weird. Like your name should be Dumb Breeze instead of Summer Breeze. You're just dumb. Like via. I made my name. Yes. How do y'all expect somebody who was on here in this area since the beginning of this area, and then she get hemmed up in one of the most visible legal cases that go from online to offline in a matter of seconds, and people did pose expect to not talk about her. And then when I do say something, it's in relation to what's like, what y'all just, and then I pretend. Who did I pretend to be? And who? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talk? I pretend. Who did I pretend to be? That in that 5A interview. What are you talking about? You fall? Did you fall out with 5A and not try to do her work for her and get her good graces and put in that work for her? What are you talking about? That's so weird. Who was it? I didn't even mention 5A in my broadcast tonight. That's who you try to get. You try to make your name off of 5A, right? Keep her alive, right? That's weird. Oh. Now you are using Lemon's name. Fuck Lemon. Okay? Yeah, just like he said, fuck me, I'll fuck him back. He came out of me. Don't you forget he was over here? Y'all weird. I'm trying to use his name, but he spent 4 or 5 years on my platform, but I'm using him. Who used who? Who used who? What? Get out of here. Y'all weird. Straight up weird. That's like saying Kelly Rowland is using Beyonce. What? 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 Kelly Rowland is using Beyonce. Okay, all right, sure, all right. Yeah, weird. Um, Summer Breeze. I'm sorry. Bristol Bay says, if my memory serves me correctly, Sir King had people like SB claiming to be him. Come on now, Summer Breeze. Sure did. They said I was at the damn show, taping of the show, trying to run jokes on me. Weird. Like y'all weird. Sir King, you fell off and limit is progressing. I'm not. Listen. Oh, I'm gonna. See, y'all so stupid. Y'all so dumb. Y'all so stupid. How is he progressing? The nigga don't even have no fortitude or strength to go live on his backup page. Had a whole live set up, didn't show up for the people that was sitting there waiting for his ass. He's a baby. He's a child. There's nothing to be jealous of. I said it. If I brought, if I brought Wolverine on her channel because Tracy was doxing him, so he decided to get on cam on her channel. Y'all got bad memory. Exactly. Ain't no way. It wasn't like to dispel that he was not 13. What are you talking about? Girl, go back to bed. Detach myself to the submarines. I see why you always wonder if you were blonde here. It was just the most outlandish thing too. Crazy. Insane. Um yeah. What's up, little Phil says, is this because you mentioned QB? And in the way in which I mentioned her or mentioned him was as a point of reference, and it wasn't negative. I didn't say nothing. I don't know. It must be she must be hot on a hot summer unbreezy night. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so the whole Rick Reed situation. So yeah, that's probably why the page got taken or whatever. All right, now let's move into this whole striking situation. So obviously, Jay Dunn been around here striking, and I heard the weirdest thing. Pizarro gave Jay Dunn managing rights of her channel. I don't think that's right. They said verbally. I don't know how that all. I mean, I know as the content creator, you can give people access to your or represent your channel and stuff like that, and it has to be documented. I don't know if Pizarro allowed Jay Dunn to do that. I heard it, and I was trying to think when I heard it. The only reason I would think Pizarro would allow that is to represent her in, let's say, her page got straight get struck and she needed to counter whatever happened. I also heard that Pizarro not doing a dance challenge. Who gives a damn? But she not doing a dance challenge because she's scared. But see, Pizarro invited a lot of shit on her own, right? That she dealing with because she got a big mouth. She don't know how to pull back and shut up and not say shit. And a lot of stuff that she been saying, like it's one thing to have bravado, but it's another thing to just shut up and let whatever somebody say. Right? Her whole situation with Diva Tomboyish it should never got to the level it did, but she had to put on the front. And sometimes leave people alone. Just leave people alone. Like let them say what they want to say because they're using your words as fuel. So now Pizarro all scared and everything. Everybody pulling down videos. Like I told y'all before, the dumbest thing for y'all to do was to sit up there and play somebody like live because y'all ain't got no content. Because y'all not innovative. Because y'all ain't got no thought. Y'all just gonna sit up here and take the laziest shit that somebody saw 2 hours ago, replay it, and then replay it to the point their whole live played, broadcasted, splattered all on y'all on your page. And y'all so dumb. Like y'all do so many videos that somebody could wait a whole year and come back and hit y'all if they wanted to. Not everybody running around scared, pulling down lives and shit because they don't know what live they did. They got somebody content on it. Why did y'all ever come up with? I swear to God, excuse not y'all in the chat, but these content creators are some of the stupidest people ever alive. Y'all gonna sit up there and play some of my content knowing that AI running around here making it easy. Shit, Jay Wilson ain't never struck nobody until AI made it easy for him to strike somebody by his own admission. Y'all sitting up here going, you knowing the evolution of technology gonna make it easier for anybody to get struck, and y'all just sit up there, oh yeah, let me play her whole live. Look at this point here with it, and then you wonder why your page is gone. And now they got people up here sitting up here taking clips of people's stuff, uploading it while they live, and then and striking it on. They said they uploaded it first. Child, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Mm. All right, let me see what y'all said. Little Fizzle says they follow Octavius, but he don't know who he's talking about. Oh, what he talking about? Yeah, now he all in the mix. You know. Mm-mm. All in the mix trying to be a superhero, trying to stay relevant. I don't know. It's weird. Weird. Now he trying to save Lemon. Like, and then wind up getting Lemon Page struck. Oh, child. I don't know. Brixton Bay says silence is golden. Yes, it is. Sometimes you just gotta ignore it. Nikki Jackson says, well, Lemon gave Octavius permission, but then they were saying Lemon was under the influence. He was inebriated when he did that. Like he didn't, and I'm not excusing it, but I'm like, oh well, so too bad, so sad. You shouldn't be alleviated on your platform. But no, and then what? Octavius got permission. So, Diva D says, if I'm not mistaken, it's okay. First talk to Wolverine on Triple X panel. Yeah, Diva D, you got a good memory. I'm not saying Triple X. I'm just joking. I'm never trolling, but I knew the history. SK used his name in a situation to get his name out there. See, once again, you weird. Like you just straight up weird. So I'm supposed to, I'm supposed to stay mum. I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm not supposed to give my theories. I'm not supposed to give my analysis. I'm not supposed to do active commentary. I'm not supposed to give a unfamiliar view of what people are saying. I can express myself. If I do, then therefore it's building my name up. But aren't you building your name up on a feminine hygiene product? I'm just saying, right? Aren't you building your name up on, like I said, a feminine hygiene product? So you doing this pretty much the same thing I'm doing, building your name up. Yeah. Okay. So crazy. All right. Jay Wilson strike in food. Well, he need to go on a food strike. That's what he needs. All right. Let me see. Nikki Jackson says limits always drop to his demise. Okay. All right. So that's what I gotta say about that. They just dumb. They weren't scared. They're lazy now. The lazy ways are catching up with them. Because you never, even if somebody give you permission these days, and even if they see you money these days, you don't never how much. You never know who they may be putting in work for in the future, or how you may be getting, how much you may get into an argument with that person or something. Also, Ness, what's Ness? I heard Ness was out here pulling down videos too. Because she's scared. She the main one that sells there and plays new content, and then for commentary purposes and stuff like that. But that's the gang. I don't know why they did that. I said y'all stupid. I said y'all absolutely stupid if they do that. And now here they are. But no, Third King, he hating. Third King, you a hater. You a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. It's like common sense. Like damn, y'all ain't gonna stay friends forever. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all, yeah. All right. Let me see what else I want to talk about. That. Okay, so let's talk about this last part before I got to go. If you want to, feel free to suggest your dollars at certain time. All right. There's nothing to be jealous. Like you said, I'm jealous. There's nothing to be jealous or limit about at all. At all. Like y'all weird when y'all say that. Like y'all forget that man sat on my panel. I didn't invite that man. I didn't know that man prior to me coming on live. I welcome everybody up on my panel. He was a fixture that came up on a nightly basis, but I didn't go out and intentionally seek his appearance nightly. So I wish I would get that to y'all. I mean, I'm being real about the situation. Cause now y'all gonna sit up there. He sitting up there. He wasted his youth on my panel. I didn't ask you to come on my panel 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years you spent. 4 or 5 years you spent growing your presence. 4 or 5 years you spent getting rewarded or by monetary means and all other kind of means on my panel, right? You made money with me, so don't come out here acting like you did it like as if you were a humanitarian of YouTube. No. And when you left, you can't say I reached out to you to come back. Because I knew shit like this goes down, right? So you want to sit here and say, I'm paranoid. I ain't paranoid. I'm a realist. I know how this thing goes. That's why I reach out to you. Because you was a throwing it up in my face. Oh, you reached out to me when I was grieving to come back because you couldn't do your show on your own. Hell no, I didn't. Showing up then because you weren't about to throw that up in my face. No. If you want to go, you can go. Okay? You can do with a non-contractual situation. You come and go as you please. And I want to feel you obligated because I wasn't paying you in a way that you should have felt obligated to be here every night. But you came, you like the people you involved with, you like the environment, you like the attention, you like the interaction, and you like the monetary proceeds that came with it. But you weak sauce. For real, for real. You come at me all different kind of ways, snooting and canoodling. You mad at me because I don't support you on your platform, and the first motherfuckers that you wind up hanging with are the same people who try to tear down what I built. How the hell do you think I support such kind of shit? First people I see you sitting up there with are people who sit up there intentionally trying to dog out my platform, take down my platform, made up strategic ways to come at what I was doing over here. And then you sitting up there snooting and giggling and laughing with them, hosting panels and shit against me. You out of your fucking mind, bro. Now you didn't even have no hesitation with engaging with them. And you think I'm gonna come and support that shit? I'm not gonna come and support nothing that's against me, just like I would expect you to come and support anything that was against you. But knowing you ain't got no backbone, you can't stand on, so you probably think your enemies are your friends. And that's on 100. But you weak sauce. You think it actually I think things came too easy for you. You built your name off of me, right? It was Sir King Avatar Nation prior to your arrival, and that's 100. It wasn't no lemon in Sir King. It didn't start off on no joint venture. This was a single enterprise before you showed up, and you decided to stay, which is fine. But I built you. Nobody know about no damn fruit before you came along. Okay, so know where you got your foundation from, but you got it too easy. You don't know what it took for people to sit up here and crucify you, black you out. And I ain't hear nobody here yet say don't hit his link. I ain't hear nobody yet sit up here and say don't hit Lemon's link. Let's see how you survive when they have a whole section say don't hit your link. Then you could come to me and say you big strong, you this, you a badass, and all that. And then I'm jealous. Because you ain't been through nothing I've been through. Nothing. A whole section say don't hit your link. Let's see what you do when they say that. Can you survive? Probably not. Because right now they're striking your pay and you don't even have the fortitude, the balls, the backbone, the nuts to sit up there and go and be loyal and grateful to your audience and to your blind ass, dumb ass supporters. And yes, they are dumb and enabling, but they still support you. So you're not even sitting up there reciprocating that by going on your backup page unless they struck your backup page. But I don't know how they did that because you ain't got no damn videos up there for them to strike. You ungrateful, dog. You selfish. And you got it a little bit too easy. It's good to sit up here. See, this is why Lemon don't go live, right? Because it takes too much effort to now start all over again. He not motivated to do it because he know potentially he won't get compensated on that page. Now, I don't know if that page is monetized or not. It's probably not because he ain't got enough watch hours on it. I don't know. I'm not in the man's business like that. But he not even hungry. He don't even respect y'all as supporters of his. That yeah, it's gonna be some down moments. Yeah, we gonna take a hit. But you know what? I'm gonna still keep producing you content. You can't keep saying, "Oh, I got hit. All right, I'm not gonna go." Yeah, you can hop on other people's panels. It's easy to be on other people's panels. It's the easiest thing. That's why you sat on my shoulder for 4 or 5 years. How long did we have to tell you? Let me start your channel. Let me start your channel. Okay, if for you, Summer Breach, if I was such a hater, why did I encourage him to start his channel? If I was a hater, why would I do that? I would be a crab in the barrel, like, nah, Lemmy, you can't do it. Nah, Lemmy, you're not ready. Nah, Lemmy, you don't, you don't have the, you just don't have the skill set. Nah, I would have been knocking him left and right. But no, I encouraged him to get his channel. So does that sound like the hallmark of a hater? No, it doesn't. Sometimes y'all be using vernacular, y'all don't even know what it truly means. But Lemon is lazy. He's not dedicated to this. It's too easy for him. And then what you don't appreciate, then you gonna take for granted and wish you had it back. But he don't want to put on work on, I'm assuming, I don't know, a non-monetized channel. He don't want to have the realization that, oh man, I'm only talking to this so many, because not everybody knows what his backup page is. That's called being humble. but you got it too easy. And just remember why you got it too easy. Because you sat next to me for 4 or 5 years. Don't forget where you started. Because nobody else was going to allow your ass to sit up there. You think Fabi going to let you sit up there? Why you think she don't drop the link? The only reason why she don't drop the link is because the only reason she dropped the link is for QB. She'll let nobody else up there because she don't want nobody else taking her shine. You think Jay Wilson going to allow you to keep going for his platform to be his co-host? Hell the fuck no. So be appreciative of people who allows you to get your foot in the game. Because you mad disrespectful. And I'm not somebody going to sit up here and give you love and support when you're doing wrong. I'm the last person to do that because I think that's opening the door for you to do further wrong. And you're not doing a whole lot of right now. Every time, oh, you only do congratulate me when, or you talk about me when I'm doing wrong. You only do wrong. And I don't talk about every wrong that you do. But when it gets egregious and I see that things about to go real left, rather than right, I'm a damn right going to sit up here and say something. But you can't handle criticism. You can't handle criticism. And you ungrateful, you disrespectful, and you cocky as fuck. And you about to get humble. And if you didn't go over there and suck on Shaquille's balls and Nessa's titties, you would have been out the game. For real, for real. And I don't know what back end coordinated deal y'all worked out for Shaquille. Because Shaquille didn't even let you on this platform after what you did to him. And you keep bringing it up as if it's a non-traumatic moment to that boy. You keep playing around to see. You keep bringing that up and thinking, oh, yeah, it was a mistake, but yeah, you moved on. Yeah, okay, put yourself in there in a position if Shakira found you pumping or dumping or doing something with somebody on your phone to see how you would have gotten it, how you would have handled that situation, right? You have a easy way of forgetting the wrong that you do and expecting people to move on. Like I don't know where you get that from, but I hope you don't operate your real life like that. I'm just telling you, because you can't fuck with people and expect for them to forgive you. Because somebody is not gonna forgive you, and you don't mind throwing it back up in their face quickly and easily. Everybody ain't so forgiving, and like I said, you got it kind of too easy. To be honest, you got it's like I said, the easiest thing is to be somebody co-host. You ain't got to put no work. You just sit your ass up there and say what you want to say. Come back, leave. Come back, leave. Because you operate your channel in the same way. Drunk, smoking. There's no appreciation for your channel, right? And I honestly feel sometimes you want to go on so you don't have to do as much work, but no, but you hook to the money now. You hook to the money. And then you don't want to put in no work to really build up a page. Go build up that second page. You ain't even gone live. That is so damn disrespectful to all the people who support you that you don't even have the appreciation to go live on the channel. I don't listen. I don't know why he ain't going live. I don't know if he in rehab. I don't know what done happened. Okay, but to sit there and set a live up was after everybody done seen you live and not go live is really disrespectful. But I bet you, boy, if you get your main page up, you gonna be right there, right? Because that's the channel you monetize on. That's not how the game works. Sometimes you're gonna have to start all over on a non-monetized channel until it meets YouTube standards to get monetized. And it's not all about subscription count. It's about subscription count. It's about watch hours, and it's also about content. So if they see what you're doing is not consistent with their values or what they want to be in their partner program, they may not approve you. And you better hope that your first email is not connected to the email of your second channel, because they're gonna look at that and correlate and go to see what other channels you have to see if those are, opposite of what they want. So that's all I gotta pretty much say. You weak sauce, and you've been, and I'm not even at 50%. of the disrespect you giving me. Okay, I don't blindly support people. I look at what you do, and I look at if my support gonna be an excuse for your continued bad behavior. And no, I'm not gonna let that be. I want to speak it out. You've hurt a lot of people on here, a lot of people, and then you also been the gateway to a lot of people coming into this area that should not be over here. Anybody can go to where they want to go, but you have showcased a lot of people who will kind of hurt a lot of people. And I'm not going to go into that, but they have hurt some people because they done things for their own selfish motives that have involved people who've been over here for years, right? But you always need to seek and get attention, so therefore you knew you had those people groveling at your feet because they themselves couldn't be successful in their own endeavors. So they saw you use you and brought their bad ways over here. And don't be surprised, the same people that you giving an eye to, the same people you giving a platform to, are not sitting up there behind the scenes, sitting up there trying to take your ass out. A lot of people we didn't know of before you open that motherfucking portal, and we don't need to know of them. No offense to y'all, but like I tell you, every time you go into a different neighborhood, what happens? They operate by different rules and different code of conduct. We have a way in the code of conduct over here. But you open up the portal and brought them motherfuckers over here. Now they think they can put their rules into our area. But you lazy. You the oh Lord, you lazy. You lazy. You lazy. And that's why you got yourself in the shit that you in. Ness. I can at least say she comedic, and you're not even comedic. You Ness is comedic. I can say I can give her that benefit of the doubt. Ness is comedic. Ness is fun. Pizarro, she thick tongue and dumb, but at least she'll come out and have an opening monologue, right? Brianna, who the hell knows? She talk about her life. She boring as hell. She just boring as you too. But anyway, at least she started over here and she knows what to engage with and not to engage with. Because when she was engaging in those areas, what is the one thing she said? She would never drop down. Right? At least she had no something. At least she was cognizant of the fact of what to expose over here and what not to. Your ass is not. Because you so clamor for attention. You want people to know, ooh, I did this, I did that, but you ain't do shit. You didn't do nothing. And then you weak. You weak. Any adversity that you face, you weak, dog. This is an adverse moment. You get hit. The same shit happened the first time. Go get a backup page. Oh, I won't get backup page. I won't get backup page. I won't get backup page. No, I won't get nobody. That's it. You can have it. If they don't want me here, you can have it. And Summer Breezes, this was for you. VS said, "Oh, your page is strikeable. Well, if you want my page, you can have it." Okay, so now they want it. I was just sitting here like, this fool is crazy. You should have been sitting up here. You should have been sitting up here. Boom. Okay, you won't take me out of the game. Let's keep rolling. Let's go. Okay, let's go, dumb lemonettes, dumb lemonaires. Let me lead you over to my second backup. And if you were a real business savvy, which you aren't, you would have sat there and said, okay, let me have another stream of income. You know what? This is gonna be double. I'm gonna double my amount. I'm gonna go live since I don't have no job and I'm on YouTube all damn day. Let me do when my page come back. I'm gonna have that at the nighttime page, and then I'm gonna have this other page. I'm gonna monetize this and have this at the midday page. Nah, but you sitting over there probably eating fast food, drinking, stretched out on the couch, on teleport, and almost burn a hole in your couch with a cigarette. But while you trying to lick your wounds or have your dog Creed lick your wounds, get your ass up. And if you need to create a third page, do so. But you selfish. You selfish as hell, and you think everything is to be given to you. Right? You're just supposed to sit. Or what they say, sit on the passenger side of your best friend's ride. That's all you was doing. That's all you was doing. Anyway, let me see what y'all saying. Just lazy. Just go lazy. Um, Mickey just said, SK, I don't understand. I don't believe you just a little bit. People only like him because he's soft as tissue and doo doo. Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason. I ain't got no reason to be. That man ain't even. They said he was. Somebody said he was. I think ODS may have said something. He may have been a year, but he still want to say, "Oh, I'm a new content creator," because he likes the baby. He likes to be a baby. Don't y'all understand? He likes to be coddled. He likes, "Oh, I'm new. Give me a minute. Oh, I'm a new content creator. You don't. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about." He likes to be held and be seen as innocent. And I think that's why all these people like these women and men try attach themselves to him because he's like he acts like he's naive. Like I say, he's a dumb blonde. And people like that. I don't know. I'm young. I don't know. I just got my pizza and chicken wings over here, and I'm cooking teriyaki and macaroni and okay, all right. Anyway, let me see what y'all said. I don't watch him. It's only over there. Oh, I tried to. Oh Lord. Sagittarius Nation says, Sir King, you sound like a blob this morning because this mic is dead this morning. Well, thank you, Sagittarius Nation. Blah 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 blah. What's up, Dr. Sophie? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for being here. Let me see what else y'all saying. What's up, Roger? I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, where's Roger? I ain't never see. I was like, I hope he okay. Hope you doing all right, Roger. Long time no see. I was thinking about you. It was over at Jay Wilson's. I'm like, where's Roger at? Bristol Bay says, it's been a long time, Roger. It's good to see you. Sagittarius Nation says, has karma come to a nigga that dissed me on live? His name in the title. So I think somebody was mentioning karma the other day. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful what you put out. And the YouTube streets is weird. It's like it brings karma back quickly. So not saying I wish it on people, but I don't know. And then all these people got all these different ways of striking. I was just like, that's why it sometimes don't pay to be on top. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, you jealous of Lemon? I'm like, no, not really. No, not at all. No, just, what would I want? I don't want the numbers. I don't want the people. You can keep the motherfucking money. You keep the money. 'Cause all money, and then you got to worry about and get paranoid regarding taxes. I told him about taxes, so I don't know how he dealing with that. But good luck. I told him. I said, Lemon, you need to hire you a tax professional. Don't have Pookie and Ray Ray doing your taxes. Don't sit up there and do it on your own on TurboTax. You need to put in the money to get you a professional. It may cost you some money, but trust and believe it's gonna give you a peace of mind. Now, is he hard headed? Okay, you'll be right up in jail with Diddy. Okay, all right, just saying. Roger there says, I hope he hears his message. Roger, I've been saying so many things to him for months. Everything, I'm a hater. I'm a hater. I'm a hater. But a boy's got to turn to a man someday. And if the boy don't want to turn into a man, then life is gonna turn him into a man. Cause life don't give a damn. Life will make you accountable for things. When you want to do adult shit, and YouTube is adult shit, right? Because it's dealing with adult responsibility. So if you want to sit on here and not handle your adult responsibilities or talk like you an adult, see, I'm a man. So that little boy, the way he talked to me the other day over on Nessus, I let him bark and do whatever he wanted to say. So like, nigga, you out here, you ain't got it together, okay? One, you don't take care of your health. Two, you sit over here antagonizing people. Three, you separating yourself from people who care about you. And then four, you committed to the game because you need the money. Five, you don't put in that work. Six, you're not a hard worker. You want to get all this and be praised, and you're a rookie. You're a rookie, and you're expected to get praise and accolades that they don't even give to people who've been in the game for 10 years. Like, you don't understand how many people don't like him who say they do. They only like him for what he got that after he didn't really earn because of the way he acted. You know how many people been on these YouTube streets for 10 years, 6 years as channel holders, not sidekicks. not co-hosts, as channel holders, hoping to to crack 1,000. Okay, to crack, hoping to become a YouTube partner, and he's done that. Let me say that one more time. There's people been on this application for 10 years. Don't you think they get envious, jealous, resentful, angry when they see an ungrateful nigga like him doing what he do and don't even respect his platform nor the people that support him? And they've been on this application for 10 years trying to crack the code, trying to get people to follow them and amass an audience that will feel compelled to give to them. And if they were to get hit, they will start back up on another page. But they have not even had that opportunity yet. And he's had that opportunity. And his ungrateful, disrespectful, lazy, entitled ass won't even go on his backup page. So those are the ones that's jealous. I've had 3 pages. Now all got 3K subscribers, all monetized. I made my mark. So I ain't got no. He ain't even got to 1/4 of what I've done. I've had staying power, rebranded, renamed myself, have people purchase merchandise, mess. So I have no reason to be jealous. So when y'all say that to me, I laugh. I laugh. Why? Why would I be jealous for someone who ain't even achieved 3/4 of what I've done? Right? But once again, it's those people out here who've been on this application for years who would love to taste what he's doing right now. But he's not even appreciative of it. So I say that to say those are the ones who may be jealous. Not knocking them. I would tell them to keep on grinding. But their 10 years is the indication that maybe Lemon got it too easy. Look at what Pizarro had to do. Pizarro was over here jumping from Tracy to Brianna. No, from Sean Bradley to Tracy to Brianna. And when she get hit, she back up again. There's no quitting in Pizarro. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Sorry, y'all. I'm Lemon's secretary. What? Child, you're not doing a good job. Nikki Jackson says, "FK, stop using good common sense on him." Oh, I am, because he's disrespectful as fuck. For no reason. Like I don't even come at him like that. So, but he's just disrespectful. He's a disrespectful motherfucker. Like I hope he don't apply the way he is to the code of the streets. Because the code of the streets would have been happening. Now you don't go from one crew and then hop over to the nemesis of your own crew. Like that's fucked up. Like you know what I mean? But who knows who you've been talking to and what they got on you anyway. All right, let me see. Okay. What's up, Monty Popo? It's best to fly under the radar. Yeah, he'll realize that. But that's the opposite of his personality. Until something happens to make him realize that he needs to fly under the radar, he won't. But it is best to fly under the radar. Because everybody don't like you succeeding. Nobody wants you at the top. They don't like you at the top. They try to interrupt your money. The stupidest thing he did was to sit there and talk about how much he got in his account. Like, why would you sit there and tell people that? That's even going to make people who really don't like you now have a reason to be envious of you. Like, you never share what you have with people, not even people you know. I'm sorry, but that's the truth of the matter. Like, what happens? I was thinking the other day, what happened to all the people who went on MTV Raps, whatever that show was, MTV Crib? What happened to that? I don't know. What happened? The IRS was visiting them the next year. They sit up here bragging about all the cars, all the mansions, and all the stuff they got. And what happened? You see them sitting there, they owe the IRS this and back taxes because they got audited because they put it on Front Street. You don't tell people what you have. Like you just don't, unless that's your persona, right? But if that's your persona, then don't get mad when people start hating them. All right, PSA says if you lie about your age, it's called. Ooh, I ain't never seen that word. Gerisco, Geriscophobia. Sound like Pizarro. Geriscophobia. Often these individuals say that they are younger, so to excuse their fucked up flawed behavior, saying that they are not mature enough. You're absolutely right. And look at this. The weirdest thing, they had Ness sitting over there talking about she's 29 years old, and they like, y'all know that woman ain't 20. She's 29. She said it. It's her birthday. It's 29. She's 20. And we're like, yo, it's okay to celebrate a birthday, but how you gonna sit up here and mind trick people into celebrating a year that you actually not? The lady's 30 something. Y'all telling her, oh, she's still 29. Like it's okay. Okay, if I wanted to be fair, I'm like, okay, it's okay to say you're 29, but then to have your congregants say that you're 29 too. That's really kind of brainwashing. Like, come on, like. It's like having a party at a birthday hall. Your ass is 60, and they talk, surprise, happy 40th birthday. And you sit there and say, yeah, I'm 40, but your ass is 60. That's what that sounds like. Like, what? What are we doing here? Ooh, Lord, fairy tale land. Um, LOL. Or because of their age or not where they are supposed to be based on their age. Why they acting like they 20? Yeah, I understand that. It's a medical condition. It's a crazy condition. All right. Bobby Popo says he's a one hit wonder. Well, I'm gonna be fair. I mean, if Lemon wanted to, he could definitely. He's got a lot of stuff he's got to clean up before he could take it to the next level. That's what I'm saying. You know, he has potential, and he obviously has an audience that likes him, right? But he's gonna be the creator of his own demise because he's got some vices. I think he has some demonic energy there that he needs to get rid of. So Mickey Jackson says live in bags but live at home with his mama. Uh, I think that man might have a myth. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I said, you know what? Because I'll be like that. You gotta understand my situation. That man sat next to me for 4 or 5 years, yo, and what I'm seeing now, I didn't think that. Like when they say you don't really know somebody, he is an example of that. You really don't know people because he said that to me 4 or 5 years, and what y'all said, I didn't really see. Like we didn't really see an Avatar Nation. He was nice. He would come to the defense of people. You know, he would pop off a little bit, and that's what the people like. It's okay, but what we seeing now, like, yo, really, like, so it's just very interesting to see this about face. It really is. But I'm no hater. But I'm definitely, like I said, I'm a realist, and I'm not gonna cut on nobody. I'm not gonna false support nobody to their own demise. And what's going on is their own demise. You know what I mean? And on top of that, he done. I feel like he done pulled some people into this area, like I said, who don't need to be here, but who are also, I feel, using him to build themselves up. And then once they see him as the competition, they'll cut his legs off right under him. So, you know, they also, ooh, I'm paranoid. Nah, I ain't paranoid. I just have an ability to see into what's going to happen. And 9 out of 10 times, I'm correct. So, but that's what I got to say about this situation. He need to man up. He weak sauce. Cursing don't make you a man. Screaming don't make you a man. You know, it's how you handle your business. It's how you treat people around you. How you take care of your body. You know, you ain't gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, you child." All I'm saying is, listen. You keep drinking the way you eating, the way you doing. You keep eating, you gonna have a heart attack and cirrhosis of the liver. and everything else that come with it. Okay, they examine your hands and say you got alcohol in hand. Like that stuff that's within your control. I mean, I know people go through personal trauma, and maybe they drink to get past that stuff. I don't know, but the way you come out here and bravado and bragging, you don't seem to have no remorse for nobody. And let me just say this. Now I'm gonna say it because maybe I need to say it. You need to respect your brother. You need to respect your brother because you the only person who I know who lost somebody that was near and dear to him that keeps swearing on their life like you do. Now, if you have any clear concern for the legacy, the memory of your brother, you need to stop doing that, and you need to stop playing with the dead because the dead be around here too. So I'm dead serious when I say that. Stop doing that, bro. That's not right. You keep putting your brother's spirit up in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the shit. And 90% of the time you be lying. So you lying on his spirit. That's why I got people harassing me about the validity of that claim that you make. And I get tired of defending you because the way you acted, I'm just saying like, yo, that ain't. It might be so true to why people harassing me about that shit. Why you keep doing that? You don't say nothing about nobody else about that. And then people hitting me up like, is that true? Is that true? And I'm like, if he said it is, it is. But the way you keep doing that, it's like, I don't know. He doing that shit like we don't even know the dude. We don't even know him. So why keep bringing that up? It wasn't like he came on your platform and visited your platform. Shit, we see them little boys over there more than we see him. He didn't even know your brother. So why you keep bringing them up? I don't even know. Damn. People don't even respect the motherfucking dead. Anyway, let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, he is. Yeah, short bus. Dr. So said, didn't he say the only way he can deal with the reset is to be drunk? I don't remember him saying that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Um, Nikki Justice Ness has something. They all got something wrong. They all got something wrong with them. I don't know if the past is coming up and reminding them the fuck shit they did, or how they may be incompetent as a person. I don't know. I study people. Sagittarius sign can read all people. We pick up on everything, similar to a Pisces or Aries and a little Cancer. Yeah, we're very perceptive. Limit is Leo, child. They are a mess. Dr. Summers, I see type 2 diabetes, extreme water retention, fatty and inflamed liver. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Boy. We trying to tell him. I told him, when was the last time you was at a doctor? When was the last time you visited a doctor? Like, what? Go visit a doctor before it's too late. Leo males are way worse than females. Understand that you have to I'm the shit. You have a I'm the shit attitude. Okay. Dr. Sophie, they said that he's no one's doctor. Well, it was a bunch of YouTube doctors on here examining his hands, said that he had listen, your hands will tell you a lot, to be honest. Your hands and your feet. Your hands, your feet, a lot of stuff, your legs. Let me tell you something. Ooh, Lord, I'm in the presence of women. Well, men know if things ain't working right, if you have bad circulation, some things ain't gonna grow. So Lemon, if oh Lord, they gonna say I'm gay, but whatever. Lemon, since he hard hit, I gotta break it down to a limit. If you're having a hard time getting an erection or you can't get your dick up, that's a bad sign. especially at your age. So you shouldn't be having to use no Viagra. And if you do, you need to go to a doctor because you either got diabetes or bad circulation. So, but he'll come out here and say, "Oh no, my dick, get all the way up. It be poking out my shorts. I'll be poking holes in my pants with his lying ass." But anyway, but in all seriousness, the science sends you clues based on your health. So that's one of the clues, if you're a man. So, but anyway, um, Lovely Life 302 says, "What bad influence?" Good morning with your laughing self. Nikki Justice, I know something wrong. That's why I don't go to their channel. Yeah, you gotta be careful what you process too. Dr. Sobi says, if you refuse to help, I leave, so I left. Wow, Nikki Jackson. Nikki Jackson's first he has to use Sticky. All right, put the thumbs up, y'all. Y'all really. Well, thank you, y'all. Please thumbs up the live. I'm trying to keep y'all entertained, because it's dead in these YouTube streets. But also, if you want to send a gesture, feel free to do so. Downside Circuit Crowd. Make sure y'all please go to the gym and take care of yourself. Make sure you eat right and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right, so that's all I pretty much wanted to say. We went on live, damn, an hour and 30 minutes. That's crazy. But that's what I wanted to say to Weak Sauce Lemon. To be honest, I feel like if he really reins in some things and does a makeover, like just you know change some things, I feel like he could be bigger than he is now. But he lack confidence. He think that he need other people to help his channel grow. And I don't think he needs that. I think maybe you need some people on your panel, but you need the right people on your panel. You know what I'm saying? And he don't have the right people. He got on his channel vultures. He got leeches that's trying to get what he got, and then once they get to what he got, they're gonna take him out. You know? So no, I have not met Brianna. Nor do I want to. Sir King is solid. They're right. I'm celibate. 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 Y'all better be careful out here. They got all kind of infectious diseases. I heard measles is spreading. Y'all be careful out here. Ooh, child. And what's her name? Cassie, girl. Cassie. I ain't gonna knock nobody because I feel there's a lot of women in that situation, but not to that extreme. But that got to do, child. Let me tell you this one time. What? Y'all had to. I knew this lady, and this lady loved me, boy. But okay, I was. It was in the workplace years ago, years ago, all years ago. And this lady loved me, boy. She was always commenting and stuff about my physique. But in the workplace, I don't play that games. I don't play that kind of shit. No, you can love me as much as you want, and I'll be like, I love my check more. So what happened was she was telling me how her husband would put a bag over her face when they had sex because he thought she was so ugly. I was like, I was like, what? I was like, oh no. I was like, what? Yeah, yeah, child. And I was like, so that's why I say there be women out here. Yes, detached. She put a bag on her face, dog. Put a bag on her face. I think it was a brown bag, not a plastic bag, but it was a brown bag. Yeah, she did kind of look like a little bit of a horse, but she looked like kind of like a pony. But yeah, and that's why I say I feel there's women out here who have to deal with that kind of stuff in their relationship just to maintain, just to maintain. But yeah. Crazy, huh? Nikki Jackson said, Sir King, you need to be on more often. This is more my speed. Nikki Jackson, you gotta understand, it is not, it's a lot. Well, when I come live, I like to be able to give y'all content. I don't like to be hemming and hawing and stuff like that. I really don't. And then on top of that, you know, let's be honest. I mean, money is a major factor. So if I can make money elsewhere, and this is no this, and I hate saying that, and that's why we say the support of the supporters is great because YouTube. Listen, Nikki, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Understand why Lemon stays live. I'm gonna tell you the YouTube formula, and I'm gonna tell you the YouTube game, and I'm gonna tell you why Lemon not on live right now. Because if you have, let's say, obviously over 1,000. Let's say you got 2,000 subscribers, right? And you can stay live for 6, 7 hours a day. That can be very good for you if you do it consistently. Now I'm gonna tell you the other thing, it's very draining for you. It's like a job. That's why he does so many long lives because it comes out to be a good check. It comes out to be a good check. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you could do that consistently, right? Is very draining. But he has to have the traction, he has to have the people there, and he has to have the hours, right? Okay. But for someone like myself, like YouTube don't pay in that regards because I'm not on live that long and I have a select audience. So from a monetary standpoint, it might not be as beneficial for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's hard for the fans to hear, but that's the reality of the moment because bills got to get paid. And YouTube has turned into a very expensive venture because you got to talk about Wi-Fi you need to get. You got to pay StreamYard. They want their bill, and then there's other things you got to have to do a successful podcast, you know. So that's why we tell people like, oh, y'all support. It's not we begging. It's like it's just a reality of the situation. But for someone, and then on top of that, even in Lemon's case, you only get paid once a month. So you gotta hope that you can make it to the 21st or the 22nd or whatever it is. You gotta hope that you can make it that long because then it's not a 2 week check; it's a 1 month check. So that's another thing, you know. Pizarro, same thing. Well, no, she's not my type, so no, it ain't the same thing. But so I'll try to come live more often, but sometimes it just be like life is busy and if other people are on, you know, you want your numbers to be as best as they can. So if somebody else is on and something else is breaking it, sometimes it's best to wait. But I get it. I do miss coming on sometimes, but I gotta look at okay, you know. I don't know, it's just weird. It's life. It's like life can get in the way of certain things and then you never want to do a live when you're tired, because the audience can sense that when you're tired. So yeah. But anything else? Anybody got any other questions? Um, Lemon, we said Lemon probably got a slow check. Okay, so okay, sorry, I think I want to talk about that. Oh, real quick. I honestly feel Lemon may be, and then I sometimes say, nah, he ain't that slow because he's able to break down stuff, and sometimes he can be very quick with it. But then sometimes I say he has the mentality of a child, right? It's like Lemon ain't surrounding himself with man things. You know what I mean? No, I'm not sad. I'm not sad at all, J Dunn. You don't sound. No, I sound good. Now my other line with that lady, yeah, I was sad because I thought that lady was taking advantage of me. But no, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually gotta get up out of here in a minute. But Lemon, he may be slow, in some degree because it's just I'm not gonna say it, but if you put the factors together, he may be a little bit delayed. Not like the R word, but his development may not be with his what they call it, his chronological age may not be with his mental aptitude. So he may be a little bit delayed. In that. But I hope he's not. I mean, I really hope he's not. So, but I don't know. It's just some things just not adding up. To be honest, you know. What's up, the Queen Bee for you reacts? That's how I feel. You know, and then talk about it like Mama, but is Mama Lemon still getting a check for taking care of Lemon? Did y'all ever think about that? You know, she may still be getting that check. That's why she allowed for so much to ride. You know, because she may still be getting some form of income to take care of her, to take care of him. You know, y'all got, I don't know. I don't know. Mm, Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, but Nikki Jackson, I never want to say somebody's the R word. But anyway, all right. With that being said, I'm out of here. I think I'm gonna let that be. If you want to, please feel free to. Why you saying goodness, Ray Black? I mean, at the end of the day, we gotta put together we gotta connect the dots. Some things just ain't adding up. Some things just ain't adding up. You know, some things are just not adding up. It ain't adding up. But that's not. That's not my. And I'm not trying to break it down, but you think Mama Lemon won't be bothered with a dog, that big ass dog? No. You know, you know, you got to know mothers too. Mothers only deal with adult sons if they have to, if there's an incentive to do so, or if society, will not be viable for their son to be alone and independent. I don't understand it. But whatever, whatever, whatever. But with that being said, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a great day. Y'all remember to change. Y'all want to see the world. If you want to, feel free to shoot your dollar sign, circle around. J Dunn, I know you're in here. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But girl, please stop all that flagging. The flagging. The flagging. But anyway, you have your own rationale to fight and do whatever you want to do. So. The Tetris says, great live, SK. Thank you for your positive support, Detached. I would never tell my children to leave. But once again, Ray Black, you're a woman, right? So mothers are not inclined to tell their children to leave. But a father will say, son, get your ass out there and learn to stand on your own 2 feet, So mothers are different. So that's what I say. And then some other mothers are very hard. Some mothers are harder on their sons than they're on their daughters, and I know people will say vice versa, but that's more the militant mamas, So, thanks for the show. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good day. Good change I want to see in the world, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. Have a good one. Make sure y'all thumbs up the live before y'all leave. It'll be tremendously appreciated if y'all do. Okay. Take care, y'all. Bye. Good job.
Get everybody out my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up out my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up in my house, nigga. Get the fuck up out my house, nigga. Nigga, quick cut. Get the fuck up out my house, nigga.
Oh hell no!
Nigga, quick cut. Get the fuck up out my house, nigga. Huh?
Hey! Hey! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary!
don't care.